Okay, so this is my new pumpkin air cannon mechanism. This is the Punkinator T-2000 version. I had one previously that was known as the T-1000, worked pretty good, but I wanted to make a new and improved model. This just uses a Home Depot or Lowe's bucket, I think. I can't remember which. And then I believe that's 3/16 inch slingshot tubing there, and you can see the smoke intake right there. And then this wood is the mounting mechanism for the big pumpkin face that goes on the front, and he has a big round mouth that shoots out smoke rings when the kids come up for trick-or-treating. The bellows is made out of some, I believe it's just nylon material that I bought off of Home Depot. It's very, very sturdy, and I just put a connecting mechanism here, a piece of wood on each side, and screwed them together, and then secured them with very large hose clamps. This is the firing mechanism. This is just a wooden wheel. I actually used bicycle chain for this version because it worked a lot better. I used wooden gears last time. They worked, but occasionally when they would mesh, the teeth would hang up on each other and I'd have to go get it to working again. This is just the winding spool that's made out of some, just used I think a 2 1/4 inch hole saw and made those, and glued them all together. It's got a threaded rod, and then it's got a sprocket gear here that I cut the hub off of and welded on there. And I know it looks pretty crude, but seems to be pretty effective. And then this is just some nylon rope that I use for the pull mechanism because it's very sturdy. This is a 24-volt windshield wiper motor. It's got plenty of pull at 24 volts, but the problem is it spins so fast that you can't get the timing down. So I just run it at 12 and it runs really well. Here's the 12-volt power supply that I use. I control everything using this Arduino Mega. It's definitely overkill, but I had it from a previous project with the shield on it, and it makes it really easy to connect everything. These are the relays that control everything. I have one for the motor, one for the smoke machine, and one for the lights. And the 2 lights just tell me the state of the machine. And then I have 2 HC12 RF transmitters and receivers. That one is used to control the smoke machine, and the other is the air cannon. I think one of them's running at 57,600 and the other at 9,600. And then I made a remote control using an Arduino Nano, and it has 2 HC12s in it that are paired with the 2 on the control. And then the white button fires the smoke machine, and then the red button fires the air cannon. So here's the other side of the wheel. It's got a cutout in there that you can see. Then when it passes that, it releases the wind-up spool and fires the air cannon. And then there's a limit switch here that stops it. So it's basically cocked at this point, and when I hit the fire button, it moves forward and releases the bellows. This is just a small Fans Tech smoke machine. Seems to work pretty good. I've replaced the pump in it probably 2 or 3 times, but it seems to work. And then it has a remote, little push button remote, and all I did was simply wire that to the smoke relay here. So when I push that smoke button, it just basically simulates pushing the button here, and it will start smoking. And then there are my 2 lights. And then this is how I designed the intake for the smoke. It's pretty simple, just some PVC. So it doesn't take a whole lot to actually load up the air cannon. I just give it a little squirt here. I could seal that up there, but you can see it's pretty smoky in here. And then when I just give it a fire. Kind of hard to see the smoke ring against that light, but it puts out a pretty good smoke ring, and it'll probably go 50 or 60 feet. The kids love the smoke coming out of the mouth anyway. It kind of gives it a spooky. But it definitely has a good little blast coming out. And the kids love it. The parents actually love it more. They really get a kick out of seeing the kids get scared by it. Some of them literally jump out of their skin. And let me grab the pumpkin face and I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the pumpkin face that sits on front of the air cannon, and he's kind of got a frightful look because he'll be sitting on a hay bale, and down beneath him will be some pretty scary looking pumpkins that he's a little bit afraid of. And the firing mechanism, everything will extend back into some bushes in the flower bed, so it'll be kind of hidden. But we'll load him up here a little bit, and then off he goes. Kids actually like the smoke coming out of his mouth. It kind of gives him a spooky, crazy look, but they really enjoy it. So here's one of my arcade games. I've got 3 of those that I developed in Python and built the cabinets. And then here we are again on the back side. Everything. So we load the guy up, and then we fire him. And the bicycle chain seems to work really well because if you get it lined up, it meshes really well. So that is my pumpkin air cannon. That'll be up and running at Halloween, and hopefully I'll get some video of that. One thing you can see is this is just foam insulation that I use for the pumpkin to keep it light. But hope you enjoyed it.